spit rhymes for 2111, lifting up your soul, so you're welcome, son. I spit rhymes for 2111, lifting up your soul, so you're not stupid.
Alpha and beta, not nada. Understand saying goodbye to Maida. This Lightning McQueen is lyrically more than a dream. Hooking you like Kareem, spin moving like Hakeem. Elijah Wan, Ramadan, spit it so righteous. Don't you want to know? On the mic, I never hike. Yes, 1, 2, jumping in, assertive and outgoing. Just pioneer, maverick, just flowing. Uranus and Aries, Neptune and Aries, Alpha and Beta generation, never scary. Innovative, these kids are kind of deep. Spiritually coming here, awaken, be.
I spit rhymes for 2111, lifting up your soul, so you're welcome, son.
I spit rhymes for 2111.
Lifting up your soul, so you're
And
not
I stuck on dumb.
I spit rhymes for 2111, lifting up your soul, so you're welcome, son. I spit rhymes for 2111, lifting up your soul, so you're not stupid.
The Taylor twins have this placement C. Uranus and Aries is kind of hectic, B. Pioneering, maverick, wild, and you know, making a mess in the crib, but that's the way it goes. Check out the flow, stick up the ill snout. Rhyme about hip-hop without a doubt. This lyrical clout spits bars from Mars, and I want you to know, Aries, it's the scars. What do I bring? Sing, ding-a-ling, the cling, cling, and bling. You know it's not the jing-a-ling. Happy New Year, a new season. Aries on the microphone, rhyme for reason. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Friends with my father, real true star. Now it's time for me to start the show. 322, knowledge is love, bro. Knowledge. What's up, y'all? I'm still dealing with a lot of mucus and fluid on the lungs, but I am here. I feel good, although it is the day of Mars, and I've been busy today. Lunch with Eric at 2 p.m. Eastern. My Astro Life Transformational, well, not my one-on-one astrology coaching. Had a client teaching astrology, student. She's amazing, doing a great job. Finished up today. Had a birth chart reading, and now I'm here. And I got on my Mars red, Aries season. How you guys feeling? Wifey will be here in a minute. Welcome to the Chizat, to the show. So how you guys feeling? The moon just entered Gemini. So any Gemini sun signs here. I remember Venus and Mercury, I talked about today at lunch with Eric, a retrograde in Pisces. So if I mispronounce or misspeak my words, that's what it's about, okay? And with the moon in Gemini now, all you Gemini sun signs out there, use this 48 or 60 hours for intermittent fasting. Reactivate and heal your body on the cellular level. No drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no cursing. No muy malo talking hablando. See? Cállate la boca. This is a great time to eat with the circadian rhythms of the sun. This is a great time to do your fast. Your cell phone's back here. It's in the bathroom. Somebody's calling. So this is a great time and a great energy, to really tap into that. And, whenever the moon comes back to your natal sun sign. So next up after Gemini, Cancer. This is a great time to just kind of do a little quick mini 48, 60-hour fast and heal and cleanse your body, okay? So really take advantage of that and just tap into that energy. Let me know, wifey's coming, let me know in the chat how you guys feeling, how you doing with Neptune and Aries. We're going to talk about it, not in transit. We're going to talk about the natal birth chart, but that's kind of like in transit because that's where it is now. So these are the kids that are literally born starting March 30th to October 22nd or from February 2026 to 2039. Are you ready for these beta generations and Pluto and Aquarius? Ooh, I want to do these chart readings. These kids are going to be wow, okay? And we got some kid stuff to talk about tonight. Wifey and I will break it down. But let's see who's here.
So how many of you have to call yourself just to find your cell phones like I just did? Hey, happens. I would have been here, but I couldn't find my cell phone. So hey, Evelyn, how are you, friend? It has been a while.
We missed you, Ev.
And yes, we have been well, just keeping it moving.
I haven't been so well, but I'm back. I'm better.
Yeah, no, he's better. We're not even going to talk about that.
Right.
And Gigi the Empress, hey girl.
What's up, Gigi? I love Gigi that you're a new regular.
And
we appreciate
Mystic Alana, it was so nice to meet you this afternoon.
Hey, Mystic Alana.
And
I sent you one email. I still got the other one to send you.
And the pleasure, I'll just say it. The pleasure was all Eric's to do your chart today.
It was.
And Rose Gold said Gemini moon.
Yep.
And let me see. And I'm calling my phone every day. That's right, girl. Every single day. Do you know? Okay, this is a true story. I call my phone about 4 to 7 times a day, probably.
No, you mean I call it. She asked me to call it for her.
Yes.
But you know what she told me? And I want to see if you guys believe her. This is the joke. I believe her, but I just sometimes it's questionable. But while I was in the hospital for 85 days and in coma for 40 days, she never misplaced or lost her phone.
I didn't.
So does that tell you that she just relies on me when I'm here?
I do, but also I do rely on him when he's here because he's my helpmate and I should rely on him.
Yeah,
God knows he relies on me for a whole lot of crap.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I never said that you shouldn't.
But also, I needed to make sure when you were asleep that I had my phone because I never knew when the hospital might call. I never knew. So it was like something in me just was like, keep that phone, keep that phone, keep that phone. Yeah. And it remained on all the time. Like I never, normally at night, we put the phone,
airplane mode or something.
On airplane mode, we unplug our internet, which if you guys don't do that, that really is something
it can help with your sleep.
Consider doing. Unplug your internet. Don't worry. I know they try and tell you about your computers and all that. They'll be fine. Remember those days back in the day when we used to shut down everything every day? Yeah, it's okay. That's just a lie that we got to keep these, all these devices and all
because
of that,
what they're hitting you
running through our brain all night long.
The 5G towers, very dangerous, and the internet has not gotten better. This is to send frequencies to control and read your mind, put thoughts into your mind. It's very powerful.
It is.
Do some research.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it is, honey. Okay. It is genuinely a race and a war over your mind and your thoughts.
Well, I tell you, we've been in spiritual warfare
whose
for a while.
They can control. Well, they can control you. And so Evelyn says she's glad you're feeling better. Mark Matthews is here. Hello, Mark. Good to see you.
What's up, Eminem?
Been a little bit, I think.
No, Mark Matthews is here every show.
Is he here every show?
He's a new regular.
Sweetie. I know I see him a lot, but I feel like okay. Hi, Mark.
How you feeling, brother?
And I'm eating some avocado toast.
Now she knows I can't eat. I told her.
I make the best good hummus around. Okay.
She's a Taurus rising. She's a real killer in the kitchen.
And unlike that stuff that you buy at the grocery store, that's full of canola oil and crap oil, I control the oil that I put in mine. Okay. It's very good.
So,
You know what, Evelyn? Evelyn just said it. I believe it. My phone reads my mind. That is when reads my mind.
It does.
That is 100%
They do that on purpose.
What they were doing for the longest time is they were,
you could verbally say something and then it will show up on your Facebook or on your phone because they're listening. The apps are listening.
Just tracking with what you went to, and that's why, like, you looked at a pair of shoes, and then all of a sudden you're seeing those shoes. But then they started listening to you speak.
Yeah.
And I started to notice that I will be talking about a product or whatever.
And then you go to Google search and it will pop up.
Sometimes it even populates in the feed, like as I'm just typing. But they have proven that there's this new kind of thing where they can actually,
it's the AI. Yeah.
They actually do read your thoughts. It's a whole technology. It's crazy.
It's no joke. Remember the movie War Games? Was that 1984? Okay, Matthew Broderick.
Yep. So, and yes, Mystic Alana, it is, girl.
So let me just say this, okay?
So intrusive.
Okay, are we done now?
I think we are,
God.
at least for a few minutes.
Eat your food and stop talking. So I just want to ask, before we get into Uranus first in Aries, which is the Alpha generation, 2011 to 2018, have you noticed any shifts? Think about where Aries is in your birth chart. It's Aries season, but remember I told you Aries season will not feel the same until like 2039 because Neptune is in Aries. So what have you noticed with Neptune in Aries? It's going to, we're going to talk about it in the natal chart, but it's the same thing in transit because that's where it is now. And a lot of these kids haven't been born yet. I mean, unless you know a kid who was born March 30th, 31st, or today. Okay, so they're just coming in and they're coming in hot. But dreams, different things. I'm noticing in my daily routine, the meditations, really interesting. The dreams have been interesting. The visualizations, because I have Neptune in the 6th house, right? I'm a Scorpio rising. But I'm also craving to be around water. So as I tell many of you and my clients that they need water features, me and wifey may need to go to Home Depot, Better Homes and Gardens. I do have Aquarius in the 4th house. She has Leo. She doesn't need it. She needs like candles and fire. Aquarius, the water bearer, is an air sign, but it's pouring out the waters of wisdom and knowledge from my emotional mind. But having Neptune and Aries in the 6th house, even getting a water feature that I could put on my work desk may enhance my spiritual practice and my intuition and my spiritual abilities and calm the emotional mind. So that's actually, I think I actually need to get that. That'd be really good for me, especially even with Pluto in Aquarius in the 4th house now. So you always want to look at your 4th and 6th house to see if you have Aquarius or any of the water signs there in the 4th or 6th. A water feature may be very beneficial for you to put in your bedroom, your home desk, or whatever. Now, the bedroom, I would say more of the water sign in the 12th house, but you can look at the 4th and 6th because if you, like me, work from home, but even just for calming the emotional mind, that water can really help you. It's so powerful, you guys. And yes, Mars is still in Cancer.
So what happens if Neptune is conjunct your midheaven the way it is for our friend Evelyn?
Well, it's really speaking to in public, right? How your soul is vibrating. You're going to be a little bit more spiritual, creative, imaginative. You may actually not get being deceived, but you may see through the Neptune fogs with the Aries energy, right? It is bringing a little like sprinkly stardust on the Aries where we normally are assertive and aggressive. Aries with Neptune, it's got to kind of pause. It's going to make Aries energy, sun, moon, rising, or midheaven a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more intuitive, a little bit more creative. You may want to get into film, photography, right? When you're like doing your crystals, taking more pictures of them. When you're foresting or whatever, taking more pictures, documentary, recording videos. Those are the types of things you may see a lot of Aries actors, poets. I think there are going to be some new Aries MCs. You're going to see Aries getting into more wanting to do their own independent films, photography, scrapbooking when you're out in public, taking a lot of pictures of different things, so there could be a lot of things, but energetically, there's going to be a little bit extra spiritual focus wherever you have the Aries. So in the 10th house, that'll be out, Jungle Brothers, straight out the jungle. Y'all don't know nothing about the Jungle Brothers. Africa, the baby. Jungle Brothers are dope. Go back and listen. If you really listen to Jungle Brothers and you listen now with the adult ears, you'll be like, wow. Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, and Jungle Brothers, Native Tongue, one of the legendary hip-hop crews in hip-hop. Some of the best MCs ever. Okay? So, are you guys ready? You want to read a couple of comments before we get to Uranus Aries?
I don't have any comments
okay, good.
now to read.
All right, let me.
Well, just very quickly, I just wanted to share with you guys about our beautiful Goldie. We were finally able to bury her.
We buried our bearded dragon on Sunday.
And so,
I said a nice prayer.
Let me show you what we did. That right there is where she is. And I used
the boys had gone out jeeping over a year ago, maybe almost 2 years ago, and they picked up all these white raw quartz crystals that were out in the desert. And I thought this would be a perfect way to do it. And we paired it with the candle that has the people coming together and holding each other. And we did it we encircled this whole area. Those are our moringa trees. So my thought is that Goldie's body will now decompose and help infuse some life into our baby moringa trees, which moringa is one of the most healing plants available. It grows like crazy out here. So I'm very excited. I mean, I'm excited that we were able to do that for her, and I feel it's very fitting.
I miss her already.
A nice little tribute to our Goldie girl, and the boys came together and we put the rocks, and
yeah, it was really cute.
We just really made this little area like a little tribute to our girl. And yeah, so I just
it's hard. We've had her for like about a decade. She was a part of family.
To our dog.
Yeah, she was like our dog. Because she would turn when you'd call her name, and she turned bright yellow and goldish color. That's why we called her Goldie Girl.
Yes.
She was great. And she came in right as William was having his concussion and TBI. So it was a great pet for him. It was so healing.
She was definitely a part of our family. And she would sit and with my mother-in-law.
Yeah, she
and my
would sit on my mom.
Yeah. Loved just holding her. And quite honestly, I would hold her a ton at the end of my days. And I know she just really helped me to de-stress, because there was a time where between my mother-in-law, Eric being sick prior to his COVID stuff, and
the valley fever. Yeah.
She kind of really she was something nice. I just stroked and she calmed me down. She was my, what are those little manipulable? The thing.
No, you're a pet. What's the healing pets when you got to get on a plane?
Oh, she was my support dragon.
She was her support dragon.
Oh my God, I had a support dragon, and I could have actually taken her to the grocery store and put her in a little vest.
Oh, excuse me. I'm still dealing with a lot of mucus. Oh my God.
Oh God, that would have been so funny. Oh, Goldie would love that.
Goldie was awesome.
I know a couple times I brought her out on my shoulder and people thought that was kind of cute. I would drive the car.
Yeah, she was great. She really was great. So let's talk about this alpha generation. If you have kids, many of you do, born between 2011 and 2018. So the youngest ones would be like 7 now. And obviously 2011, they would be 14, right? These kids are magical, right? Our boys have it. And one thing that I see about the Uranus, remember Uranus, 84 years through the chart, 7-year transits. So getting ready, starting July 7th, Uranus and Gemini. Your Gemini rising, Sag risings, get ready, because it will change you and your partner, the relationship dynamic. We just went through it with the Taurus Scorpio. I told her in 2018 when it was moving in, leaving Aries, going on Taurus, I told her what we'd go through. And I said, no affairs, no divorce. I was like, but you're going to be a new person, and I'm going to do a lot new in the marketplace and business, right? And that's what's been happening. And so it's really fascinating. But you don't go through a Uranus transit and come out the same, and especially in the 1st and 7th house. And I want you guys to really understand, especially, when you go through the Uranus opposition, that is the midlife crisis. In a marriage, when they talk about the 7-year itch, that's Uranus. It's very powerful. And it's about getting you on your soul's path.
So let me just back up for a minute. This transition, this was for us, but this is like for the collective. Is everybody going through this?
Yes.
Okay.
It just happened to be because your Taurus rising, it was in your 1st house, the house of self. Mm-hmm. And I'm a Scorpio rising is in my 7th house of my marriage partner and relationships in the marketplace. So
if people wanted to look and see in their chart how this would potentially play out, I think it would be very interesting for people to know what that is, and then
look for
and see what has changed.
Yeah.
Maybe what we can do is I can create something that we can put up that people can refer to. Because I'm going to tell you, if I really think about what year was this starting?
2018.
Yeah. I mean, if I really look back at what has occurred
The last
in
7
our
years.
life
Yeah.
in that time frame,
I got a whole
it's
new
really
Alana.
amazing. I mean, wow,
Yes.
gosh, that's kind of deep. Like, I've really leaned into the organic formulating. And when I tell you that was nowhere in my mind.
And
too
guess
much
what?
before
That is so
2018.
Uranus Taurus, right? The herbs. Taurus
Mhm.
connects to the gardening and the herbs.
And this whole entrepreneurial stuff, I was still, I mean, for me, being an entrepreneur would have been maybe pursuing my real estate career a bit more, but to do it in this manner and to be really leaning into trying to help people,
Yeah.
that's, in my
Uranus connects to organic and vegan,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Anything vanguard, innovative, futuristic.
For anybody out there, have any of you seen your life transition or turn into something completely different in the last
7 years.
7 years?
With
Well, I
Uranus
guess
Taurus.
everybody's life changes. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
serious change.
Well, look at your Taurus house, and then you can even reflect back to when Uranus was in Aries. Look at your Aries house. What changed those 7 years? So back to the kids.
If you know what your Taurus is in, maybe put it in there if you're not sure.
Yeah. Now, but we're talking about Uranus Aries. So
Okay.
what these kids are, this generation, alpha generation, they are very innovative, right? Even when it comes to sports and playing sports with the technology. Our Jack, you guys saw hopefully his interview in the podcast, he's my little spiritual guy. He even after Goldie passed, he did mouth to mouth on Goldie and said her eyes opened for like a brief 2 seconds, and he felt like 1-2 quick heartbeats, and then they went back down again because she had drowned in a pool. But it affected him. He's very connected to animals. He gets that from his mom. But, he healed a bird one time. That's what these kids, and I told you, the Taylor twins, they will actually dream together. I think that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, no, it's kind of wild.
That is Uranus Aries, right? Think about Aries, right? Mars. It's assertive, aggressive. It initiates. Right. Unfortunately, they have it, or if you're Cap rising, it's in the 4th house. So they initiate creating havoc and a mess in our home.
Oh,
and
God,
that's what the Taylor
they create mess in our home.
And that's what Uranus Aries 4th house can bring. If you got little kids that are Capricorn risings like us with Uranus Aries, I mean, we could not.
I wish I could send you a maid.
We could not childproof our home with them because we could never predict what they would touch. They would touch and break, and they have. We love them to death, our little Leos.
They have little naughty hands.
But they have naughty hands. But Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. It's where you get your downloads in the home. And these guys are like, they push the envelope. They are rebellious. They are the black sheeps. When you have Uranus and Aries, you can really get into different things around the technology. You can be extremely experimental and creative. Mateus is always trying to make things and do this and do that. And so they both use it. It's funny. They're only 7 minutes apart, but they do the Uranus Aries in different ways. You may see it in your children, the 7 to 14-year-olds, where they could be innovative, like in terms of making things or engineering or their artwork. They're both very talented artists. They can be very innovative sometimes in their thought or speech patterns. I find with Uranus and Aries, sometimes even, when we're correcting Mateus, and he's very articulate and intelligent, but sometimes he'll say things, him or Jackson, in the wrong tense or the wrong way, and we can repeat it 1,000,000 times. They'll still always say it the wrong way. It's very Uranus Aries. It's almost like there's like a glitch in the matrix where they just have to and twist it like a certain way, and Uranus Aries, they can be very athletic. Okay. Especially now at the middle school, right now they're running track. They were playing football. They'll be playing football again in the fall, tackle football. Jackson is a very innovative athlete. Oh, and have you guys watched Supercell, about the Black British superheroes on Netflix?
Yes.
Very good.
Really
We're watching it as a family with the kids, and they love it.
You have to listen close because they have very thick
accent. Yeah,
he can't get it, and it's funny because
hard.
I can understand them just fine.
Yeah,
and he's like, and that's weird for us because typically I'm the one like, huh?
I think that's her Pisces Mercury. She's like, oh, they're talking in the spiritual realm ethers. I get it, and I'm like Virgo, analytical, logical. I'm like,
I'm
Excuse
watching
me,
some of this
you're
stuff,
not
and I connect
speaking.
with the woman with telekinesis. That's
Yeah.
it.
No, you guys, I highly recommend that show, and it's really good to watch with the kids. We've only had to fast forward like one scene, a
Yeah.
little SCX, but besides that, it's been really good. Um, but Uranus Aries, you guys, one thing you got to think about, they're going to get a lot of downloads when they are initiating, they're moving, they're being competitive, right? These kids, they love when we do family, movie night or family Scrabble, different things like that, right? They get really excited about it. Aries is a very competitive energy. So when it's Uranus, remember Uranus is the central nervous system, the back of the neck, the motherboard. It's the spiritual awakener. It's how your soul seeking freedom and liberation this lifetime, right? So sometimes, the Taylor boys, they can get to, being a little disobedient, and then we got to like check them. But that's Uranus Aries fourth house, right? If you had in the third house, it could be in school with your communications, right? Sixth house, your work, your daily routine. Seventh house, your relationships. Uranus in the seventh house could suddenly give you a new relationship, or suddenly give you a business idea, or you suddenly get married, or suddenly get divorced. Okay. So just, for Libra risings, these are different placements, in the 10th house, you could change your career a lot. Okay, think back when Uranus was in Aries in the 10th house, Evelyn, right? Different things you were doing at work. You may change classrooms, working with different, positions in the school. Uranus is always going to push our soul to be in alignment with where it needs to be. If you, by the Uranus opposition, are not really following your chart and walking on your destined path, Uranus will do whatever it has to do. Sudden events, extreme weather, chaos. It will flip you up and turn you upside down, right? And when I think about that, 2011, Uranus was in Aries, right? I got sick in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Uranus Aries had to flip me up in my sixth house daily routine. You're going to get sick, sicknesses, illnesses, Uranus, unexpected, random valley fever, crazy sickness, to get me what? To become the astrologer. I was doing sports radio at the time and just came off of teaching and acting. Uranus was like, no, you're supposed to be an astrologer. That's what Uranus and Aries did for me. There you go. There's the example. In my sixth house of my work, service to humanity and daily routine, Uranus was like, no, you're supposed to be this pioneer maverick astrologer.
So think about it. The universe talks to each one of us, and the pulls sometimes are just these little whispers or these little pushes or these different things. But the universe really is trying to work with each one of us to get us on our path. And I will tell you, this was his path. Like for the longest time, like when we moved out here, that was when we came out, we were like, I wanted him to explore his creative side. And I really thought it was going to be furthering the music aspect of things. We bought all this stuff for the music, but that isn't what the universe wanted for him. But astrology, that clicked. And,
that was Uranus Aries transit. It just hit me right now. Yeah, it was heavy. But just know that these children, they are here to initiate new thought, new systems, new ways of initiating, new ways of being pioneer mavericks. Watch as they grow up. They are going to blow you away, blow this world away. This is a powerful generation, the alpha generation. Many of them have come in very awakened. You know what I mean? The school system's really not good for them. It's not good for anybody, but it's really not good for them. We had an issue, now we could talk about it, with our boys. One of them in particular, Jack, got into an incident in school because I guess now a former friend was being extremely racist and trying to say that Black people did nothing, invented nothing, and they were just slaves, because my son was trying to teach him, because this little European kid did not know about Lewis Latimer. Lewis Latimer advanced what Thomas Edison was doing and built the the filament and the light bulb to really give us light. Lewis Latimer also, remember, a lot of Black people did not get the patents. They were stolen from them. But he also worked on other things besides the light bulb and other things to bring us electricity and other advances as well. There's many Black inventors, right? The doorknob, the internet, the cell phone. This is all, the iPhone. This is all Black people. Okay. It wasn't Steve Jobs. Okay. So I want you guys to understand that we need to deal in reality and the truth. And there should be no reason for my European friends, for white people, to be hurt or offended or upset just because they've been lied to about history, just like us. We've all been lied to.
Right.
And the truth will set us all free. Okay. Just like in the Grand Canyon, you've got hieroglyphics, right? A lot of people are learning that the Americas, that African indigenous people, we've always been here, right? There are no ships coming from Africa to America. Think about that, right? So how did the slave ships? It's like the story's not adding up anymore. So let's really start to just like open up our consciousness and expand and start to be like, right? Because we know the Moors brought civilization to Europe, right? And invaded Spain and kind of brought all this stuff to Europe. So we just want to start to really think about the truth. And, so Alana, you want to share, she had to send an email to the teachers about it.
And there's a couple things just building upon what Eric was talking about in relation to our son at school. And for everybody here, if you're a parent or just somebody who knows a young person right now, we have to find ways to support our kids because they're going to be standing up in opposition to things that they see are wrong. And they're doing it in a much more fearless way than we ever did. We were really taught to kind of fall in line and follow
and accept the lies.
Quo.
Rosa Parks, MLK, and slavery. They
definitely aren't. And so Jack tends to be our very,
he's like Huey P. Newton.
So yesterday,
it's always the light-skinned brothers that are real radical. Basically. That's Jack.
And so yesterday I received a phone call from the school guidance counselor. Yeah. And she said that there was an incident and Jackson had sprayed apple juice in a child's face, from the juice box, and he squirted it on this kid's face and clothes and everything. And she was calling me because when she went to go speak to him, she said he was really angry, but he looked like he was holding back tears. And she was asking me, and she said when she tried to talk to him, he said that he didn't want to talk to her about it, and that there was no purpose in him talking to her anyways because she wasn't going to do anything to help him anyway.
Do anything about it.
Or do anything about it anyways. And, something, and I said, I have a feeling that this has to do with the N-word. And, the kids are really using this word a lot. It's really
it is bad
how
so many white kids are using the N-word.
So the N-word is now.
And we tell our kids don't do it.
Yes. I mean, now, obviously, I've been,
Black kids do it too.
Our oldest son is 25. So I have been parenting children for quite some time. And even with William at 15, the use of the N-word was not, right now, it's the most used that I've ever experienced.
And that's from the TikTok and the social media. It's terrible.
And they're being taught this. But at any rate, I was able to talk to our son and we did confirm this. And this friend of theirs, he said this, and he not only said the N-word, but he elaborated, as my husband said.
Saying Black people are only slaves and didn't invent anything.
He said that,
and he's German. He's German. He's a little racist little kid.
Talking about Lewis Latimer, and he said that story wasn't true and that Black people were created to be slaves. That was his vernacular to our son. And it was just shocking. So I wrote this, I responded back, told it, but I also took it upon myself to CC the principal, to CC the social studies teacher. And I just said, listen, this happened, but also I'm CCing all of you because this is where the school system
is failing
our children down. You haven't been teaching this curriculum so that these children are saying this, and that children like mine don't have a context to support what they're saying. I mean, our son does because we go out of our way to train
I teach them
teach.
That. I teach
but
them the truth.
A lot of children who are Black and brown, their parents don't. teach it for whatever reason. Maybe they're too busy. Maybe they themselves don't know. Who knows? But a lot of children don't have that support. And so right now it's really important that we're
my kids know the truth.
Yes, that we're being guides and mentors and supporters of our young warriors, because they are standing up the way that we never
And it's
did.
very Uranus Aries, right? Jackson, another kid said the N-word. Jackson smacked him in the face. Jackson don't play.
Interestingly enough, I got a response back from the
Social studies teacher.
I got a response back from the guidance counselor who said, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate your perspective. It's so deep, blah, 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 whatever. The social studies called me and she was like outraged. And she just said, I'm so sorry. I could tell in her voice, she was almost to tears.
And then she mentioned that she does teach in 8th grade about Malcolm
in
X.
8th grade, she teaches it, but not in 6th.
Yeah.
And the reality is, these types of things really should begin being integrated into this
3rd
education.
and 4th grade, yeah.
Even younger than that.
Yeah.
We need to have a well-rounded thing, because all peoples contribute to this amazing culture and these amazing advances that we have made as humankind. Now, can I get into, we have a lot of people here.
Go ahead. Read
so
the
we
comments,
have Amina here.
Hey,
I
Amina.
saw you earlier.
She's new, right?
Good evening. Yes, you are new. So
share your big 3, Sun, Moon, Rising, please. We're talking about Aries, Uranus, and Neptune and Aries tonight.
And Chandra is back with us.
Hey, Chandra. And she was on IG today, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's Chandra. Came in.
Okay.
I believe that's you, Chandra.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, welcome.
So she said that her Neptune is transiting her 9th house in Aries, conjuncting her natal
you
Mars
need to initiate.
Chiron.
You probably need to go to the beach, right? Travel, get to some ocean, but you may spiritually change your wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies, and need to teach it to others.
And then
write a book.
Gigi says that her son is in Uranus in Aries conjunct the moon. He is 7 and very innovative. Exactly. Let me explain something to you. These kids are smarter than us.
Yeah.
And
they're here to teach us. We're their guides. They're here to teach us.
Give them the tools and the knowledge, and then we sit back and we try to learn from them. They're really the teach. Because I'm going to tell you, I've had my boys say to me, like, they've talked to me about people and they're like, yeah, we understand that they're emotionally not mature, and that's why I just let it go, Mom. And I'm like,
Jackson
I had my kids
us.
school me on how I needed to let something go with somebody, and I was like, oh my gosh. And like this was several years ago.
Yeah, so this is when he was
9 or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was like, wow, I'm having a 9-year-old school me on how I need to let things go. Like, that's deep. Okay.
I'm telling you, this generation, you guys, Uranus.
And
Aries.
then Jolly James says, I have Uranus conjunct my son. My daughter has Uranus in Aries.
Yes, that's right. Anybody 2011 to 2018. And if you guys got those little ones, that's Uranus, Aries generation. They are the Alpha generation. They're brilliant, you guys.
And J007.
J007, you've been here before, right?
Yes,
how you doing?
Have. And I just like your name because I think of James Bond. Anyway, and she's fire.
She's fire. Fire.
And that's right. And then let's see. Jolly said Uranus opposition is no joke.
It is, right?
And Amina has talked about the universe is conspiring in our favor.
Yes,
absolutely,
always.
And so,
and that wait, let me say this. And that's how we need to view it. Things don't happen to you; they happen for you.
Yes,
you're right. Exactly.
Yes.
Always remember that, you guys.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Our perspective is what we can always change.
And that's what's powerful, is that we attract what we think. So if we change our thoughts to being, what is the universe doing for me today? That will be so powerful in us getting so much and moving so much further than we ever could if we keep that perspective that things are not.
And let me just say this while she's checking the text. I want you guys to sign up for Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, April 12th, 12 p.m., noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 2 hours, $22. Okay. And I'm going to be talking about one of these big transits coming up. Jupiter and Cancer for the full year starting June 9th. And in the second hour, and I'm going to do it for all 12 signs, so you don't want to miss this. And then the second hour, we're going to do a blind birth chart reading of one of you. You guys can volunteer your charts.
right? For coffee talk, I'll pick one chart. I'll be the only person that knows who it is. We read it as a group. So it's a great learning tool. And then at the end, the person will reveal whatever they want to share about their life story, but how we did reading it. So it's so much fun. I'm bringing that back. And then
flex that astrology knowledge.
Yes.
And get a little bit of insight and maybe some direction.
It's
on,
so much fun.
you know.
So definitely volunteer your chart. If you want to join, sign up now. It's open. You can sign up for coffee talk. Make sure you email me, eric@BigEAstrology.com. But wifey set it up. It's on the website. You can buy it there. $22.
You know what? It is set up. If
you got to put the
if you go
Jupiter
to buy
Cancer,
it
what we're
now,
talking about. Yeah.
You'll get into the old one. If you buy the old one, we'll know that it's for the new one, and I'll update.
She's going to update the verbiage
later on this evening. Let me see now. Alana, my new friend.
Yes.
She said that her son and daughter both remember their past lives and are both great artists. I love that generation.
Yes. These kids are magical.
Absolutely. Yes.
I love that.
And Jolly says, I feel that so much when I look at my daughter's chart. She just sees the power of her daughter and so forth. And
that's amazing, guys.
That's the thing.
And Jolly, you should get a chart reading for your daughter. I'm telling you, it makes you a better parent. It really does. It is so powerful to understand, especially their houses 1 through 5, but 2 through 5 in terms of their learning style, how they deal with their friends, sports, activities, after school stuff. And I can see in the 11th house how they'll do in groups. I can see educational things. It's very powerful. And then seeing the sun and moon, it's like how your kids view you and their dad. It's powerful. Okay.
So Amina said that she was on IG yesterday and that she's a Scorpio sun, moon, and rising.
Oh, that was you?
Yes,
hey,
I
Amina.
remember that now.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so let me break it down for you. Scorpio, remember I kind of told you a little bit, but sun, moon, rising on the ascendant, you were here to break all the lineage generational curses. When you were born, something happened during the pregnancy or during the birth. Emergency C-section, jaundice, umbilical around the neck, preeclampsia, something happened, okay? But as a Scorpio rising, the ancestors have always got your back. Sagittarius, 2nd house, you will never go broken homeless. You will go through every probably 6 to 8 years, major transformations, right? From 24 to 30, 30 to 38, 38 to 45. Like you'll like change and be a whole new person. Trust me, I lived it. But just know that you're built for this life and you've got a huge assignment on you. I wonder where your Pluto is. Are you a millennial or, Pluto Libra, Pluto Virgo, your OG or Gen Z, Pluto Sag? Let me know. But, one of the parents you may have a little difficulty with. I'd be curious to find out who it is. But the sun, moon, and rising in Scorpio, you are about this life. You are a walking empath. And as you age, you'll find it's like you're walking around with your third eye, like X-ray vision. You will see through people's soul. Trust what you believe, right? This is why she didn't understand when we first got together. But this is why when I meet new people, I start them off at 0, not 100. You've got to prove to me who you are because I can see through you. I know what people's intentions. I see their heart and their soul. And there's some people I meet, I'm like, friendly and this and that. But I'm like, I don't trust them. I don't get down with them because I can tell what you're here to do, your soul. Some people are just really confused and dirty and, and I'm not judging, but I got to protect my energy too. And remember that as the Scorpio sun, moon, rising, you are energetic powerhouse, my friend. So please reach out. You want a Scorpio rising doing your chart reading. You don't want to cheat with another astrologer that doesn't have Scorpio rising. You want to rock with me. All right.
And so Chandra says she wasn't on IG the other day.
Okay. Or today? No, that wasn't you?
Today,
okay.
Which you can still give us. Have you given us your big 3 before?
I don't think so.
I feel like you were here before.
Oh, yeah, you may have been here.
I can't remember. If you did not give us your big 3, please give it again so we can break it down for you. Yeah. And she is a writer and she has her work on Substack. So if you would like to share your Substack information, please feel free to go ahead and put it in the chat.
I've written a
what
screenplay.
Do you write about?
I've written a screenplay and a theater play. So I've had both of them produced. My movie is on Fandango and Netflix. It's called Hate the Game. When I wrote it was Final City. My play was a lighthearted spiritual sci-fi called The First Supper. And I set attendance records at a theater in Midtown Manhattan back in 2005. So it was really dope. escribe.
And I will tell you, I'm waiting for the day that we bring his spiritual sci-fi to the big screen.
Yeah, I got to get back
the
to
other
it. But
stuff
first, I got to
was
do the book.
definitely
Yeah.
more worldly. We don't need that one. But that second one, that is all him. That's
And
what
it's
we
very
need.
prophetic
Prophetic.
because when I wrote it, it was like 97, 98 in New York City. And I wrote it for 2027. And the characters awaken in Arizona and they're trapped in a house. I now live in Arizona. I never thought I'd leave New York, let alone move to Arizona.
See, this is what's
It's
really
deep.
interesting is that for people who know us, when we kind of moved out here without telling a lot of people, we just up and we were like, and people were like, what the heck? Because they were like, what are you doing? Like, we knew nobody out here. Like, literally, we had no reason to move here. We had no jobs waiting. We knew nobody. Absolutely. We had, neither one of us had even really been here more than
I was here once. Yeah. But it was just deep water fish.
Here once for some.
Stop it.
Girl,
it was
you know how it is.
It was an
I tease him because basically
it was an ex-girlfriend.
Every place he's been has been to date people.
No.
Except you did go to Europe with your friend.
I went to Europe. I went to Cancun. I went to Bahamas.
So
I went to plenty of
all
places.
The places to get ass without.
No. Whoa. Do you hear the jealousy from my wife? It's unnecessary. It is not true, and it's unnecessary. I have traveled a lot through the United States of America, and I've been to some different countries and different islands and stuff. But
I went everywhere to get.
It wasn't all for the ladies. When I would travel, sometimes
except for
ladies.
Europe, that was to see the culture. if he could have, Come on now.
Listen. Oh my gosh. She's you can't hate an international player. Okay.
Hate the game, not the player.
Hate the game, not the player. I settled down with her, right? That's all that matters.
He did. I just tease him.
And I flew to Colorado to marry you, right?
Yes, you did. Okay. I love you too.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I was talking to you, Alana, because she said she loves me, and I said I love you too. I do, girl. I love him. I love you.
So let's I just want to finish one last thought with Uranus and Aries. Give these young people space to explore. They are going to, it's quick. They're quick thinking, quick moving. They're going to be into, I'll be into football, then I'll be into baseball, then I'll be into this, I'll be into working with cars, then I'll be into airplanes, then they're going to suddenly switch and change their interests. They're going to initiate. They will break a lot of things in your home. But these children, they're pure magic. Okay. And they're going to be here to teach you how to assert and initiate yourself too. They're really something. And I'm honored to have these children to teach Alana and I, because the Taylor twins, they've brought a lot in our lives. They've changed a lot. Like, we had no idea. We were supposed to have little Virgos, and they were like, we're coming in hot and we're coming in early. When they decided to be Leos, and that Uranus and Aries, they have flipped our lives upside down, and it's all been for the better. Okay. So now, as we get to the Neptune Aries generation, the betas, Pluto Aquarius, Neptune Aries, just me telling you that, you've got to know that these souls that are coming in, starting since Sunday, all the way to 2039, are going to be outstanding. They are going to really be here to lay the new foundations of the new earth. Their souls, they're not Pluto Capricorn. They're Pluto Aquarius. I promise you, you're not ready for them yet. They're not. I'm not saying they're better than the Alpha, the Pluto Capricorn, Uranus Aries. They're going to be different. But their spiritual and their innovative energy, it's going to be wow. And a lot of them, imagine this, they're going to have Uranus and Gemini too. Whoa. They may come in like talking at like 5-6 months. Like I'm just like, whatever. So let's get to the chat, and then I'm going to break it all down.
So yeah.
You don't know, they may be aliens born. Okay. For real.
So I just had some people laughing.
Yeah.
Hey, Yogini Star, how are you, friend?
Whoa, Yogini Star hasn't
It
been
has
here
been
in
a
a long
minute since
time.
I've seen you. Good to see
How
you
are
back.
you? Welcome
And my
back.
girl Katie Fox Drums is here, girl.
Oh,
I will not
hey,
ignore you
Katie.
again. And yes, if you think watching
Make
us
sh-
bicker here is fun, well, we
We
do
don't-
we do
yeah.
this all day, every day. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's always in fun. You know, like we laugh. And let me tell you
That's the
something.
key
That's
to
the
marriage,
key
right?
to everything. Laughing. If you can laugh every single day about 17 times,
It's good for your health, but it's good
Yes.
for your love.
yes. Okay.
She's my friend. She's my best friend.
I am, and he's my best friend. But anyway, so Rose Gold says, "Oh no, not the ad." And
Rose gold?
and yes, let's see. Empower Me 802 is from Vermont.
Ooh,
I don't think we've ever met you, so please, Sun, Moon, and
I
Rising.
like that,
That's
Vermont.
that's the way we get to know everybody who comes. Sun, Moon, Rising, please. And Chantel is here.
Hey, Chantel.
Hey, girl.
Vermont's
How's it going?
in the house.
I saw you came back around yesterday at the IG. That's it. I was
Oh,
like,
she
I
was the
haven't
one.
seen Chantel.
So not
in a minute.
Chandra, it was Chantel. But there was a Chandra
Yes.
there too today, right? I think there was.
I don't know about that.
There was a Chantel though. It was Chantel was there.
Okay. All right. So we are caught up. So continue on with the astrology, sir.
All right. Neptune and Aries generation. It will leave October 22nd, go back into Pisces. What you're going to feel and you're going to sense and see is how much you've been lied to and deceived in every aspect of your life. And look at Pisces in your chart since 2011, the Twitter age, this whole cancel culture, all these fake words, unalived instead of this, right? You can't say this, you can't say that. That's all Neptune Pisces.
Wait a minute. I just want to say something.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody at Mike's party the other day, and what she told me is that whole unalive thing. And you guys, please confirm this. She said it's because social media will flag you for saying the alternate words. And so they start to say that so they don't get flagged. Yeah. I thought it was just because everybody was really super sensitive and didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So.
But it does stem from that though, because of,
you tell me,
it does stem from this whole illusion, confusion, deception. Changing words and their meanings is confusion.
And that right there, hold on, wait, I have to say something. Changing words matter. I tell my children all the time, pick the right words, have a big vocabulary because your words matter. They have energy, and what we say matters. And forcing us to change our words is actually forcing us to change the energy of what we are expressing. Yeah. And if you can change our energy and bring it down, less energy is easier to control. And I'm not about that. I mean, I'm about freedom, folks.
Yeah. Freedom and liberation, Uranus, right? And so, but literally from October 23rd, probably late night on the 22nd, to February, you will go back to Neptune and Pisces, and you'll see it clearly now. Remember, for you Americans on here, right? Sagittarius rising is America's chart. The Neptune and Pisces has been in the fourth house. Now the North Node is there, and Saturn still. In May, Saturn will go to Aries for a few months. They'll retrograde back in November. February 2026, Saturn and Neptune will dance together, making an exact conjunction. I think it's since like the 1800s or 1600s in Aries. Okay. I talked about it on Coffee Talk, but Neptune and Aries, what was formed, right? We're talking about the Civil War. We're talking about the Red Cross. We're talking about the Transcontinental Railroad. This is all Neptune Aries. So, make sure you guys watch my Neptune Aries video. I did the one from Coffee Talk with this transit, but I put it on my, homepage. Check out Neptune Aries in the natal birth chart. And I linked it down here below. So in the description, make sure you guys are smashing the like button for me. And remember, after the show's over, please come back and comment. It helps the lives grow in the algorithms. I really appreciate it. But I want you to understand and watch my Uranus Aries video. Leave a comment, and my Neptune Aries. So Neptune Aries, a lot of people, astrologers, because of these alignments, feel like it could bring in civil war. But the Civil War is not like the Civil War before. This is being, like I've been telling you, becoming the spiritual leader of your own life, becoming the president of your own life. Just keep it on you, because
Oh
it's
yeah.
too much
Oh
for
my
me.
God. I have my Beyonce fan on.
Yeah,
Ooh, girl.
I can't
How
take
many
that.
women of a particular age have Beyonce fans? Whew, God, it feels so good.
Yeah, and she freezing me out.
Oh,
I'm not feeling
I'm
good. So.
turning. Wait.
No,
It's
I'm just
not
saying.
on you,
Yeah,
right?
just keep it on you.
Oh,
But oof, God, there's a bug.
the bug does not like the Beyonce fan.
Yeah, but so just know that you're going to get a lot of clarity, with this kind of like going back to Neptune Pisces. You'll see the fourth house is the television, the emotional mind, our homes. Neptune and Pisces, the deception. If you really think about television, think about Grey's Anatomy, all these different shows, Shonda World, all this stuff. We had a lot of interesting stuff happening on television since 2011. There was a lot of illusion, a lot of confusion, a lot of rose-colored glasses, thinking, oh, this is positive, but really a lot of programming, putting in a lot of agendas, right? There's been an attack on the family, on marriage, on a husband and a wife, right? And I'm not knocking anybody, and it doesn't matter. Like we have plenty gay and lesbian friends and no married couples. I've even done chart readings for, and help two women and two men get married. You know what I mean? So, I'm a professional actor, so I have no problem with that. But I'm talking about these agendas of trying to change genders and this and that, and trying to, over sexualize different things and people. Okay. So Neptune Aries, these children, a lot of them are going to be born Neptune Aries, Uranus Gemini, Pluto Aquarius. What do you think that's going to do? 2 sextiles and a trine. They're going to come in, especially the ones born in 2026, okay, starting in April of 2026 with the Uranus in Gemini. Can I tell you, if you got a kid scheduled for that time, their charts are going to be wild, especially if they have an Aquarius, Gemini, or Aries sun sign. Wow. I'm talking spiritually gifted. I'm talking maybe don't send them to school. Try to do an at-home birth. These kids, try not getting them a birth certificate. If you know, go watch the episode with Yesenia Rose. Okay, you want them to be sovereign beings. If you're having kids or your grandkids are being born, right? Really, you want to keep the umbilical cord attached. It will naturally fall off when the blood cells and the plasma and different things are still going through to the child. The placenta, keep the placenta. She encapsulated it for the twins, and it really helped restore her and save her life because she lost half her blood supply.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and we're learning so much stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much that we're learning even now. I mean, I've had 4 children, and
I wish we were able to have
I
the kids
wish
at
there
home.
were things that I had done. We had wanted to do our twins
At home in
at
the water.
home, and it was interesting because in the state of Arizona, it was illegal to give birth to twins at home. And I had found somebody who was going to be willing to break the law for us. But when I went preeclamptic, she just said that one's a little too much. You
Too
need
risky,
to be in a hospital for that. So
and it turned out, thank God you were, though.
To do it. Yeah. And you know what? This is how everything works. The universe is so amazing. I ended up getting the one doctor. So I was hospitalized before the birth, about 10 days before the birth. And I ended up getting the one doctor who, when I told him that I wanted to give birth with no drugs, naturally, he didn't say, no, that's crazy, this and that. One doctor didn't look at me like that, and it was Dr. Strong. And then I come to find out later on that he is actually he speaks on the circuit, really advocating for midwives taking over the birth. He said, the only reason why I should be there is for a severe complications. I said, well, I'm 40. I've had 4 miscarriages. He goes, why would I be there for you? He goes, that's not a problem. He goes, I want to be there to help with the babies whose hearts are developing outside of their body. Those are the ones who need my expertise. He goes, you're easy. And I was like, wow, but I claimed it. And this is where I wanted to get to on.
She did.
And when I said to him, listen, you're going to deliver my baby. And he kind of looked at me and I said, no, you're delivering my baby.
Because the doctors were rotating while she was there.
Every day we got a new doctor. He goes, well, maybe if I'm here. 10 days later, he showed up and I said, Dr. Strong. And he looked at me, he goes, hey, Alana, what's up? And I said, I'm in labor. He goes, are you serious? I said, yeah, I've been in labor since last night. He goes, nobody told me. I said, because I haven't told anybody but you. And he checked and he was like, oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
But I delayed because they wanted to give her the epidural shot.
They were, and this is the thing.
And they were dressing up her back.
As I was about not wanting to get an epidural, it is so ingrained in the medical world.
Because they're billing your insurance. It's all about money.
That they kept talking me into it and telling me all the things that could happen if I didn't get this epidural. Long story short, they sent the guy. They were beginning to dress my back. They even cleared it, was wiping it down. And every time my husband would call him aside and go, hey, and he'd ask him a question.
But then as he was going to address the back, all of a sudden she's like, wait,
and then
hold
I
on,
began
I'm feeling
having
something.
Serious contractions, so they can't give it to you in the middle of a high contraction.
So then she did one contraction, and then they paused and checked, and they're like, okay.
Did another contraction.
And then she was like, he was getting ready to do it again, and she's like, no, wait, hold on.
And then I was like,
and then,
there's a head.
And then the doctor was like, oh, baby's coming.
It's coming.
Then we rushed to the, not the emergency room, the birthing room.
Yeah. Well,
delivery room.
Actually, it was an operating room, because when you're having twins, they put you in an operating room just in case.
They were like, Dad, put on your scrubs. I got big feet, size 13. So
we gotta talk about that.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the footsies things didn't fit me. So they're like, oh, forget about it. And I just put on the head thing. I'm tucking in my locks. We go in there.
They weren't that. Actually, I don't know if you had locks back then. Did you have locks back then?
2013.
If you did, they were little itty bitty baby ones.
Oh.
And because you would cut them off every year. I was trying to get this man to grow. I tried.
She finally put her foot down, but honestly, I would have done it.
About 10 years. I tried getting.
But no, she did not say, "Baby, I really want you to keep him." No, you didn't.
What?
You were just like, whatever you want.
That is called selective memory.
No, you guys. Mm-hmm. So when she finally said, "I really love them and I want you to keep them," I was like, "Sure." It was that simple. Mm-hmm. She just had to speak up.
It was that simple.
Sometimes her throat chakra ain't open.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm gonna let you talk. I actually have to once use the restroom.
Oh my gosh!
So you talk to them about babies and everything.
Wow.
Talk to them.
Oh my gosh! You see, now all of a sudden he puts all this pressure on me and just gets up and walks away. I didn't know that this was going to happen, but at any rate, on the baby tip, that's just one of my passions. I think at some point in time, I am going to become a midwife because it's something I'm super passionate about. And another thing that I'm really passionate about is obviously my products. If you are pregnant, if you are nursing, it's really important that you're using toxin-free body care. Something that I learned not too long ago is that the skin on our lips is actually one of the fastest ways to cross over the blood-brain barrier. Obviously, the first one is aromatherapy, which is why that works so quickly. But your skin on your lips immediately transfers over. So if you were to get a Sabali Pure lip balm, it's made with organic flavors, no synthetics, no synthetic sweeteners. When you get a lip balm that has a flavor that you taste and that has that sweetness, it is 100% synthetics. These are things that cause autoimmune responses in many people. And what's sad is that a lot of the autoimmune responses, we chalk them up to other things. And we don't realize that they are these things. So that's just my little plug. So whether you use my stuff or whether you go and you use somebody else's stuff, please make sure that you are using really clean products. And also understand, as we talk about how this system works to keep people in a state of illness, which weakens them and keeps them in a controllable state. One way is all of the illnesses, the autoimmune disease thing. When I started making organic body care in like 2017, 2018, it was like a under 20 million dollar or $1 billion industry. It is now over $30 billion in the United States alone. That's a lot of sick people, and it is purposeful. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? And Katie said that she could see the strength of our marriage. Thank you so much, Katie. You know, we work for it, but we also want to show you guys it's possible to be happy. 17 years of being married, and I still love him. And that's a cool thing. Let's see. Empower me. As soon as Eric gets back, we will go over your big three. Yogini Star. I have missed the last few lives, but I'm still always, thank you, Yogini. It's so good to see you. I'm so appreciative of you coming and supporting and being here. You know, it means so much to Eric and I. And Katie Fox said that, yes, they will flag us for the use of KILL. Let's see. Freedom in all ways. Yes, Jolly James. Freedom. Okay. Let me see here.
Are you reading comments without me?
Yes, I am reading comments without you. What? You go and you leave me Robert Tennyson Stevens, I believe, his book on conscious communication. Oh, we'll have to look that up. I'll Google that now. But listen, Empower Me 802. Taurus Sun, Leo Moon, Scorpio Rising. Read.
Scorpio Rising, Taurus Sun, Leo Moon. Oh, is this you, Melissa? So, yeah, I mean, the Scorpio Rising thing, right? And that Leo Moon in the 10th house, you are, you're going to always shine bright like a diamond in public. And mom can help you with your career. The sun in the 7th house, and Taurus, well, you've probably gone through a lot of changes, even in relationship with Uranus being there, and probably have been getting like a lot of downloads, especially insights about like, this is the right relationship, or this is the right person, or this is how I should show up for work in the marketplace, right? Being extremely innovative in the marketplace. And I think this may be Melissa, and if it's the case, you are that, right? And we talked about that in the chart reading. The sun and moon in a square, mom and dad, that can always create issues. So, but you're very fixed. So Neptune and Aries, Uranus and Gemini is going to kind of get you off of being stubborn. This is not the time to be fixed and stubborn. Even though Sun, Moon, Rising are all fixed signs, we have to be uncomfortable with change, right? Be comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? And so right now, to quantum leap and quantum jump into a new reality and new versions of ourselves, we got to say goodbye to the old ways of doing things, right? She's getting on me and I'm starting to clean up my computer, right? My old ways are not serving me anymore. So, right, we've got to be willing to change, right? Now,
you said it here first, guys.
Yeah, no. I delete slowly, just like I get rid of clothing slowly, but I'm doing it. Okay, I'm trying. She doesn't always give me credit for my little baby steps.
He does.
I'm trying. I'm really trying. Okay, so
thank you.
You're welcome. But seriously, like, I know when you have fixed placements, it's not easy being greasy peasy fashizi maneasy. So it is baby steps, and it's one day at a time. But when you set the intention, I will do better, I will change, I will be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's where God works the miracles in our life, you guys. And that's the energy we all need with Neptune and Aries, Pluto and Aquarius. And also there's a good time for detoxification, purification, intermittent fasting. Right? We've been eating very clean, just mainly fruits and veggies, since we, been back off this, last fast, and this little fly is bothering me, but you know what I mean? So just, yeah. And with Scorpio Rising, you're here to break generational curses too. And, Remember, we will never go broke and homeless. The ancestors are always watching it. That's the Sagittarius second house. And the solar food. If you have Aries, Leo, or Sag in the second house and fire sign in the sixth, you need the solar food, more fruits and veggies. And if you do eat meat, it should be cooked at least medium to medium well. I got Sagittarius second house. I can't do raw food. Almost died on our second date eating sushi with her. That's love. But I can't do it. Okay. So I need my meat cooked. I don't eat much meat, but if I do eat it, it's like medium to well done. She'll tell you, my burgers, my steak, it's got to be cooked. I can't do no blood, no raw stuff. Ugh, I cannot. All right. So who else?
Empower Me 802. I am looking at this book, Conscious Language, by Robert Tennyson Stevens. Okay, this is a deep book. Now, guys, when you have Amazon selling it for $72, and then you hop on over here to Thrift Books, which is where I'm buying my books now, because I'm really trying not to support Amazon.
Don't support Walmart, Target, Amazon. Yeah.
I've always hated Walmart. There's like a deep.
There's a demonic spirit over Walmart, you guys.
There is. Okay?
They always got meth labs and people getting shot.
I just walk into Walmart.
It's very low vibrational.
Aura just goes.
But remember, it's also how they treat their workers, right? They don't give them the full insurance, so they let them work right up to full time, and right before they cut them off. And they also take. I don't know if you guys heard this. They would take health insurance policies out on their workers. So life insurance. So when they passed away, they'd get a check. That's crazy.
Some crazy stuff. And let alone, do they give any money to the families that maybe lost a person?
I doubt it.
They don't, because the story would be very different. But anyway, that conscious language book that Empower Me mentioned, it looks really, really good. And it's $60 on Thrifty Books.
So cheaper than Amazon.
Okay. So cheaper than Amazon. And when you spend over, I think, $35 with Thrift Books, it's free shipping. So it is cheaper than Amazon. And
reading is fundamental.
We can get stuff cheaper or just as cheap from other
Have any of you guys ever
exploit.
Have any of you guys ever read Behold a Pale Horse?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
I'm just asking.
Okay. Anyways, that one's by William Cooper.
I'm gonna get back to my celebrity birth chart series soon, and I'm gonna come in hot because I'm gonna do JFK and I may do Gene Hackman. See what really happened to him. Okay.
We need to do William Cooper if we could find his birth chart.
Oh, I don't know. That'd be heavy.
Anyways, okay. So let's see. Chantel says she's yes, she was on IG late. Yes, you did come on at the last minute. But
I'm going to finish up Neptune and Aries.
Just so you guys know, we're doing quick, fast lunch with
Eric, 11 a.m.
on IG.
No more than 15, 20 minutes.
Every day.
Boom, yeah.
And it's a quick in and out kind of thing. Thank you. Danny's been there.
Yeah, today. Oh, Danny's here. What up, Danny?
Doing?
Today we did Mercury and Venus retrograde in Pisces.
And so
I try to make it very current.
Yes. The Herb Man is here.
The Herb Man?
Yes, Herb Man.
Oh, they're new. Share your big three, Herb Man.
New. And yes, he's
Herb Man, like planting in the garden, or Herb Man.
Herb Man. I think he's the Herb Man. He's very irie. And so
I used to blaze back in the days. I don't blaze anymore.
Capricorn Sun,
okay.
A Leo Moon, and a Scorpio Rising.
Ooh.
And he does use the herb for sleeping.
Okay. So Scorpio Rising, Capricorn Sun.
Capricorn Sun.
Yeah, Leo Moon. So the Leo Moon, and by the way, Leo Moons, men and women, give great huggers. I've only hugged Leo women, Leo Moon women. I don't know, but.
Not that you wouldn't hug a man.
No. I give bro hugs all the time, but Leo moons,
But you notice how he just knows he hugged a woman? Back to the ass comment, just so you know. Go on, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Herb Man, I'm sorry.
She's stepping on your thunder.
I am. Okay? I'm so sorry. Please
and that is
me,
very
Herb
naughty
Man.
of her. Man. So the Leo moon in the 10th house, number one, you're a regal king out in public. That's got to be part of your legacy. And your Leo moon, you need to be emotionally invested in your career, just like empowered, right? That Leo moon, it's like think of wherever you see Leo, you want to be regal. Like Taurus rising, she's the regal queen in the home. She comes home, she's like, wherever you have the Leo out, that's where, for Scorpio. So a lot of Scorpio risings can do well in entertainment, actors, television, film, right? That's what I used to do. So, they are not afraid of the limelight. They don't necessarily love it, but like they can get pulled into it. And that Leo moon is very, and for some reason I forget, but yeah, it's with the Leo moon in the 10th. You can do well in sometimes, in foreign lands, like outside of the birthplace, you'll shine brighter like a diamond. And just so you know, Scorpio risings and also Virgo risings will tend to move away from their home city, hometown. It took me to 40 years old, but still you can do it. The Capricorn sun in the 3rd house, you could have been a little bit of a bully growing up, maybe, but the Capricorn sun, you are very much a leader. Your skills, your self-efforts, you want to work hard, play hard. You want to, achieve status, success. You could definitely get into politics, but you also you've got a business mind. And chances are you probably, with the Aries 6th house, you don't really want to work for somebody. You want to do your own thing, right? You're like redhead kingpin. Do my own thing. Do my own thing. Do my own. Y'all don't know about Redhead Kingpin. I'm a real hip hop head. Do y'all know about Redhead Kingpin?
Everybody knows about Redhead Kingpin.
Okay. So that Capricorn sun in the 3rd house, though, and remember the Benjamin Button effect. Any Capricorn placed in the sun, moon, rising, you're like an old Weisenheimer as a youthful kid. You're probably like more mature than all your friends and younger siblings and cousins in the local community. But then as you get older, you're like, like it's spring again, Bismarcky, you're young again. Okay. So thank you for coming. So let me just finish before we get back to the chat. I want to finish up Neptune Aries in the natal birth chart. So these kids are going to be magical. Remember, we haven't had this since the 1870s. It started in 1863, but we haven't had it since 1875, 76 it left. So this is a new frontier. So we don't know how this energy will play out, but I can tell you with Pluto Aquarius, Uranus Gemini, and Neptune Aries, these kids are going to, with Neptune Aries, you have to give them the opportunity to explore their imagination and creativity. Don't give them the iPad and technology early. Give them like an Etch-a-Sketch. Give them those giant crayons. Give them the adjustables and give them the Legos. Like let them explore without the technology. Neptune Aries, let them build a fireplace outside. Like let them be out in the sun between 12 and 2. If you can, do like the Europeans in Denmark, Sweden, and Finland. Don't send them to school till they're like 6 or 7. If you want to do school, like try to homeschool the early years. Save yourself money with the preschool and kindergarten. You know what I mean? In that part of Europe, they literally don't start school till like 7. And it's really smart because 0 to 7 is the Aries pioneer maverick childhood genius. You're still in like that theta. You know what I mean? So you want to stay because going to school takes away their natural creativity. It dulls their magical gifts. So Neptune Aries generation, the betas, allow them to be who their soul wants them to be. Okay? Teach them about the esoteric occult knowledge. Teach them about planting. Teach them about baking. Let them learn like these like basic like things, like workshop, like make things at home. I'm telling you, these kids will soar with this. And they like, if you're going to use the technology, make it so that they're becoming creators, not consumers, not voyeurs, right? Have them make an independent movie. Have them make a movie with them and their little dog, them and their cat. Make independent films, photography. Like teach them real skills and hobbies. This is how we want to raise these beta, Neptune, Aries, Uranus, Gemini, Pluto, Aquarius kids. They're pure magic. Okay? I promise you. They're gonna take us to new heights, and they're gonna come in really. My prediction and my intuition tell me they're gonna come in more awakened than we've ever seen. They are really here to help us integrate the 5th dimension on Earth. Okay, never forget that. And this is the time for us to literally walk into a new reality, new versions of ourselves, manifest in the water, the crystals, right? Be intentional with your words. 369, 3 times in a day, 6 in the afternoon, 9 at night. Verbally speak the victory over your lives of the self-love. Retire from negative self-talk. Thank me later. All right. I love you guys.
So our girl Sia on Ari is
Hey,
here.
I'm gonna see
So
her.
good
Sia's
to
doing.
see you.
She's doing her chart reading
Yay!
Thursday. I can't
Whoop, whoop.
wait, girl.
And my friend through Maddie's eyes.
Hey, Maddie.
Hi, Maddie. So good to see you, my friend. And yes, I mentioned that Danny is here.
D nice.
And I like a man with cool locks too. That's what my girl Sia said. I know.
Thank you,
I was very happy to get them back. And yeah, so we're both in that process of growing our hair because I had cut my hair off.
Oh God, what was that? 20?
Oh God.
2012, 2013.
Okay, so I went through a midlife crisis.
She was very thankful that I did not divorce her.
Yeah, and so basically
she went through a rough
I cut
stage.
my hair short. I got
it was cute when she first did it.
Brazilian blowout.
But she had it
and
all
I made
blonde.
my hair blonde and I did it bone straight.
Yeah.
Now, the Brazilian blowout almost killed me. Literally.
I wasn't there. I didn't even know. She started choking.
Began closing up.
Yeah,
and I began breaking out in hives that were all
Did
over.
She give you like an EpiPen
forehead,
or what did she do?
Down my throat, my arms,
what did
everywhere.
She do? Did she give you an EpiPen?
Nothing. No. I left.
But they had to like make sure you were okay before you left.
I think she was like, get the F out of my place. Death in the beauty chair is not good for business. Like literally I left. I drove home. My throat was closing up. It was getting to where I totally was talking like this because my throat was getting so close. I took Benadryl and I went to sleep, and luckily
it was crazy.
That Benadryl kind of counteracted everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the chemicals. This was pre.
And
it
was all short and blonde.
Formulating and really understanding chemicals.
Yeah, she was doing real estate.
And then, so I had my hair short, and then I decided to try to like.
She was trying to look all cute. She was doing real estate. She was driving her little Mercedes.
My goal was to get my hair super short, like Halle Berry.
Yeah.
But blonde, because I thought that would be cute. Anyways, long story short, I had
and then she was growing it back, and it was dark, and the grow back stage.
Oh, it was horrific. It was horrific, but I got pregnant during that time.
She did get pregnant.
So thank you for loving me, baby. He loved me during my ugly years, and
that's how we had the Uranus Aries kids.
Yes. So, anyways, let's see. I had horrible deliveries. It's so important to have a doula. Yes. Absolutely, Amina. It so is. And you know what? Okay, so back in the day when I had my very first son, I don't like needles. And so I definitely didn't want to get that epidural. Just the thought of a needle long and just no. But so what I started doing was reading up way back, and my son's 25, so this was a long time ago, and I was reading up on it, and I read about how people can massage and kind of stretch the vaginal area. I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit too whatever, but hey, let's be real. These are just natural things. And I began doing that. Long story short, I had my son in Berkeley at Alta Bates. For anybody from the Bay Area, Alta Bates, been around a long time. And they actually, once he crowned, they put a whole bunch of oil, some sort of oil, I don't know what kind, and they stretched it. Long story short, I have never had to have an episiotomy. And it was because of that oil and the stretching that we did. Now, let me explain something, the reason why I shared all that. If men gave birth and your penises were being ripped open, they would have figured out how to put some oil on there it would be used in every hospital, anything they could do to stop your wee-wees from being ripped apart. But for us, they're like, oh, that's okay, girl. Just sew it up. It'll be just fine.
Oh, my God. Listen, if men had to give birth, we'd be one and really done. Fellas.
No. If men had to give birth, we'd already have the population.
Depopulation, yeah.
We'd have the population control they're trying to create right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. Moving on. Yogini Star said, it's your time to Oh, it's that was my time to talk. And then, what's my site? I will give that to you,
put it in.
Alana. Thank you.
You guys, her products, I'm telling
My
you.
products are really good. And Gigi the Empress is saying she loves my lip balm. Thank you so
you
much.
bought it,
I
Gigi?
remember when you got stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you. And she's using up the she says she's using up the lip balms. They're really wonderful.
So
Now let me
good.
tell you something. So
And she's got seasonal lip balms.
So what I
Incredible.
do is
sabalepure.com.
So like my lip balms use things like chia seed, castor oil, evening primrose. These are things that you're not finding in the traditional stuff. Metafoam seed. I use only the highest grade oils, and I love to get what I call obscene with the botanicals. I'm not boring at all. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And
she makes so all the properties are at active levels, so it's really healing you.
Mm-hmm.
Your lips become so soft.
Absolutely. Let's see now. Did today I promise?
I love kissing her.
Oh, I love kissing you too.
The lip balms are great. They really are great. And the hair oil, oh my God.
Let's see, what else are we doing here? And thank you for thinking we're cute, Pauline. And let's see.
We're gonna get ready to bounce.
Through Maddie's eyes, my first natural, the last three worst, Sarian. My first was her first birth were natural, and the last three were cesarean. Yes,
it's
don't
hard.
Get me started.
Guys.
Yeah, it's hard. But thank you for doing that,
and that's
Mama.
the thing. You don't let these doctors and these men treat you like an animal that needs to be scheduled. You and God know when the baby needs to come, and you have the strength. I mean, think about women who were picking cotton, giving birth, and going back to work. Come on. Everybody's been giving birth since the beginning of time. You don't need these doctors and these hospitals. Yes, there are times, I always say, Western medicine and doctors are very needed when they're needed. I'm not anti-doctor. That's the same thing that
Dr. Strong said to me. But what I find really interesting, and I've contemplated this, and I've never asked it. So we're going to have a little moment of Ask an Astrologer. Okay, astrologer, I have a question for you. If a woman schedules a cesarean, yes, and that changes obviously the original intended due date.
Well,
does that change what they were intended to be?
Well, I'll tell you this. You can try to set that up and schedule that you're like, I want them to have the sun in the 10th house, and I want this and that. But guess what? The universe will make the doctor get caught in traffic. They'll get late. So you even trying to schedule your cesarean, it may not be exactly the time you do. So I do believe that baby and that soul is the one selecting it. But this does get you to 88 days before the birth, connecting to your gene keys. And I do an unconscious soul birth chart, because your soul is formed 88 days, right? So I'm a Virgo, that would make me a Gemini. She's the Pisces, that would make her a Sag. And I'm telling you, this is a very innovative and dope chart reading. So explore my website. I got some really good services.
Basically, there's no accidents in the universe.
Right.
Is that where we're
basically,
at?
Even with man trying to schedule stuff, I want my baby born exactly at 12 noon. I want the sun in the 12th house. That baby's going to come at 11:30. The baby will come at 1:15. It will come at 12:45. It's going to come because we saw it, right? When the first time when we had the Gemini, the 15-year-old, my firstborn, right? They almost sent us home, right? They almost sent us home, and the doctor didn't know what they were talking about. It was like, you're not this.
Because so basically,
she went in on Friday.
To the hospital.
She saw the doctor on Friday.
I saw the doctor on Friday. Nothing's happening here. I'll see you next week.
Right, but you were like so much centimeters, so much dilated.
But they said, nothing's happening. See you next week. And then,
but this was Memorial Day weekend.
Monday, weekend,
everything was,
Monday.
Whatever.
I started to go into labor, I guess, the night before, a little whatever. And
I got kind of induced that morning.
No, it did not get induced. Please do not
induced,
fib.
but
you
Well,
don't
no.
know what he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, Monday morning.
Births.
Monday morning.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead. Tell the world. Tell the world.
Monday morning, you can do what you adults do that can help bring the baby along.
But you know what that really does
Yeah.
is there is a ingredient or a chemical in men's
sperm
that actually helps to induce labor. So just in case, you know, that and rubbing the back of your calf. But anyways, Pauline Berkosha is here.
Hey, Pauline, I miss you.
It has been quite some time since I've seen you. But
hopefully
good to
you
see
come back to Coffee Talk April 12 p.m. noon Eastern.
And Pauline's mother said that if man had one kid, it would be the end of civilization.
I know.
And then Faith.
You guys are much stronger than us, and this bug, a fly, is really strong and annoying me.
Yes. I don't know. He has a special relationship with flies. They always want to bother him. It's like the funniest thing. It cracks me up.
I think it's because of my hair, and I always smell good.
And
I'm a Virgo. Cleanliness is like
next to godliness.
Virgos don't play. She'll tell you, I'm like
not.
the cleanest human. I don't play.
He is pretty clean. Faith Griffin said,
"Hey, Faith.
Hi, Faith.
Welcome. Share your big three. Nice to meet you, Eric Taylor. Share your sun, moon, rising if you know it, okay?
Please." And she said that her son is a beta child.
Oh.
The doctor basically caught him. Quick labor, no meds. Right on, Faith.
When was he born?
Are you willing to share that date with us?
Yeah.
And then
I love to do the chart reading. Oh,
Katie Foxdrum says, I really enjoy your live streams. You guys made my day before. And you have done it again.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you. You've made our day. And this is that beautiful exchange of energy.
I grew up with a girl named Katie up in Martha's Vineyard. Oh my God, I think she may have been in Cancer. She was very sweet. Katie Lochran, I think her name was. Haven't spoken to her in years, but she was so sweet.
And Katie says she can't book a birth chart until her next payday.
Yes. No, I got your email.
Thank you so much.
But send me some of your music. I want to hear some of your music.
Yeah, share your music.
Email me back. Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe because he's going to be putting out his third and final album. Maybe.
Oh, so let me tell you guys, I got a lineup for you in April. I have this psychic transformational coach, Natalie. You may see her on IG. She's
Millionaire
really big.
Mindset coach.
No, this is somebody else.
Oh, somebody else.
Natalie Marconi.
Oh,
she's coming on April 8th.
Oh, God, yes, she's great.
She is amazing. Beautiful sister.
She's a, call it like it is.
Yeah, she's a straight shooter.
There is no walking. Yeah, she's a straight shooter.
She is dope, okay? She's a Scorpio rising. She's coming on. I haven't set the date with the Millionaire Mindset coach, Megan McPherson's coming on. I've got Kimberly Williams coming on, and we're going to break down some numerology on the business tip, but she's going to focus it on my music. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, yes.
So it's going to be really dope. She's going to break it down, and she'll, do some numerology stuff. And I've got April 24th, Queen Bee's coming on, Numeralytics, who was just on with Lloyd Strayhorn last night. She's coming on my channel, and we're going to break some stuff down. And she's going to come back in September. We're going to preview the NFL season based on the numerology and astrology together. Because I'm the astrologist, she's a numerologist, and I'm also a sports radio show host. It's going to be so dope. So look for that the first week of September too.
We are just getting into communications with Amanda Romania. So she is an Akashic Records reader. She lives in Sedona. She does regular trips to Egypt, and she's an Egyptologist. Oracle. She has an oracle card.
Wait, more. This is April. April
these
Power.
Are some major things.
Live April 14th, Monday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, I have Ami Diaz coming on. She's a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner. She's getting her PhD. She does acupuncture. She does herbs. She works with women with the estrogen and their menopause, premenopause, menopause, postmenopause. She is
transition of life.
She is brilliant, though. She's a Leo.
She's amazing. And
great healer.
I have to say, she's amazing. We have been blessed
with
to
so many
know
healers,
some amazing healers of all different modalities, and we take when we recommend people very
Yeah.
seriously. She's amazing.
And she was the first person to work on me after I got home from the hospital being in coma. And she helped me a lot, you guys. She's a brilliant sister. Okay. Amit Diaz on the 14th. Who else? I mean, April is, I'm hitting you.
We're always working to get
Yeah.
people to you and really just share this knowledge. And we are still working on the community, but again, we have the developer working on it. I actually set up my little thing today, and I'm so excited.
We're
when
at the
we open it up,
final
it's going to
stretches.
be $5 a month to join, which is nothing, guys. $5 a month.
But that just gets you in the community.
You're going to be able to be in the community. You're going to be able to share about your business. We have groups that are going to be talking about crystals and herbs and health,
relationships, astrology.
Oh gosh,
creativity. You can share your music there, Katie. Creativity. I mean, but that's $5 a month, and the prices will go up. It will be like this for the first few months, and then to be in a community and receive the coffee talks valued at $35 to get 10% off of all my services, and to be there for a year, you get 50% off of a birth chart, natal, solar return, secondary progression. That's only going to be $18 a month.
Yes.
So you want to sign up and join. It's going to be.
We are very excited.
I think if we're being fair, would you say we're probably just 2 weeks away? I think we're really there.
So like Danny, for example, you've been around, and Evelyn, you two have been around almost since the beginning. We've been doing this for a lot of years now, and our goal has always been like the way
Danny's a real OG.
The way that we, and Evelyn too.
No, I know, but even Danny's been around even longer than Evelyn.
Really?
But Evelyn has been a real OG.
Yeah. So the way that you see how
but
we try
Evelyn's
to interact,
crystals, she's going to do her crystals
how
in there.
We try to interact with everybody here in the chat. We're bringing that feel to a live place where you can talk back and forth,
learn from one another, promote your businesses.
Because we believe, one, we want to build those bridges. We also believe that from a business perspective and a financial perspective, we are going to need to be looking more towards each other than these big conglomerates. We need to support each other and build each other up. Let's keep our money cycling amongst the people. Never mind what these super gazillion, babillion, mazillionaires are doing. Let's circulate our money with us.
This is going to be my knowledge.
We know what we need to do. Whatever happens with tariffs, no tariffs, this, that, and the next, let's support ourselves, because what they do, they really don't care about us. Okay.
What did MJ say? All I want to say is
they don't really care about us.
It's going to be a great community. I'm super proud of it.
Let's see. Through Maddie's eyes, only one was scheduled. My daughter, she was a Gemini born May 30th, 2008, and she's
close to ours.
Lots of superpowers.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's like amazing. Our Gemini.
Yeah. And so she's a year, like I guess. Yeah. She's a year older.
She's
than
16,
William.
getting ready to turn 17. Yes. He's 15, getting ready to turn 16.
Okay. Yeah. And then Faith Griffith says her son is her actual physical son.
Oh, your son. Okay, give me your big three.
She did December of 24. So, wow, you have a brand new baby.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
You should get the
Congratulations.
Chart, December 2024.
Aww.
That's great. Aww. That is definitely. He's definitely
December 15th.
December 15th.
December 15th, 2024.
Oh, okay. So that's the Pluto Aquarius, Sagittarius. Oh. Okay, that's an interesting chart. I remember that time. That's heavy. Okay.
So we're going to go back to the rest of your big three, Faith. Just very quickly, Yogini, you can book a chart by doing a couple things. One, you can go to BigEAstrology.com,
my website.
So big, just like what it says up
there.
But
if you're booking
the
sale, Aries Sun Moon Risings, just email me first, and then I'll give you could pay on Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. And the sale is for Aries Sun Moon Risings, natal chart, solar return, or secondary progression. And it's important. The progress chart is like the book of Genesis. 1 day equals 1 year. So let's say if you're an Aries, your progress chart, your soul may be vibrating now as a Taurus, Gemini, or OG Cancer. And the progress moon switches every 2.5 years.
And
it's really
one
dope.
thing I want to say, so Eric's readings are now an hour and a half long.
No more 65 minutes.
When I tell you he goes above and beyond, he does. I mean, for anybody who's done him before, he used to always go over. And so we had to adjust the time. And he still kind of goes a little over, but he
I'm
gives you
doing good,
so
yeah.
much love. Oh no, you're doing
Yeah.
great, baby. But he gives you so much love. He really puts a lot in there. Doing a reading with him isn't just about, oh, this is your placement. He shows you and talks to you about how you can integrate what he's teaching you into your life. He gives you tips, and everything that we tend to do is about how do we up level? How do we move towards that ascension
I'm
point?
teaching you how to become a Jedi, right? Now,
Mhm.
that's also, listen, my 5-month program, my Astro Life Transformational Program. You want to take advantage of it before the prices increase. This thing is full of so much. You're going to get a book for journaling and for your dreams, crystal, a pencil. This crystals, we got them from
There's
Evelyn.
a ton of stuff.
But
I'm recording
positive affirmations,
Yes.
meditations, grounding meditations, Ho'oponopono.
Mhm.
We've got journaling prompts.
Feng shui stuff, scheduling stuff,
sleep
exercise
tips.
plans.
It
I mean,
is.
we've got a ton of stuff.
If you're ready
going
to
on in there.
transform your life, this is a 5 months, so it's
Yes.
8 weeks, and then we
Absolutely.
check in once a month for the next 3 months afterwards, and we're giving you questions, asking you prompts. It's a lot, but this is what you need to really transform your life. 5 months, you'll be brand new.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Thank you, Faith, for your patience.
Okay,
now
Sun,
it
Moon,
is
Rising,
all
and
about
then we're gonna get ready
you.
to bounce. Go ahead,
You
Faith.
are a Cancer sun and moon and a Virgo rising.
Oh.
Ooh, I love my Virgos, baby.
Virgo rising. One of our sons is a Virgo rising. So the Cancer, Sun, and Moon in the 11th house, the Virgo rising. Dad may be more like a friend than traditional dad. They're both going to be, remember, houses 3, 6, 10, and 11 get better over time. Having the Sun and Moon in 11th house, you are naturally to be on the internet. They're here. And networking. You know what I mean? The Sun and Moon in 11th house, like you are about the groups, the organizations, philanthropic work, environmental work, nonprofit, right? The 11th house is the mansion, the Bugatti, the Ferrari, the Benz. Okay. So having your Sun and Moon there, you're naturally a humanitarian too. And if you have older siblings and your friend groups, they're more like family to you. You don't take like your friends and your groups of people lightly. The 11th house is a social network. They will support the career and the dreams of the Gemini 10th house. You're very mercurial. So having Virgo risings, Gemini 10th house, your hand skills are going to get you the money. Your words, your communications are going to, get you the money. But your groups and your friends, organizations you're a part of, you have a lot of deep inner knowledge and wisdom. When you know something, believe you know it. But the South Node is now in your ascendant to February 2026. I'm sorry, to July 2026. This is the time to purify and cleanse your gut. Focus on your health. Pluto Aquarius in your 6th house. This is where you want to do the parasite cleanse. You want to do the master cleanse, intermittent fasting. We're doing a cleanse once a month. You can join us, okay? Virgo rising, my greatest hope for you is to retire from the negative self-talk. Stop being overly critical. Only God is perfect. Yes. But this is a time for you to really increase your self-love and cut people out of your life that are not on the faith train. If they're not down with the faith train, then you got to say, I got to let you go. It's just another love. TKO. Okay.
It's about loving yourself. Because let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If they're not about it, they're not going to be what you need in your life. Okay.
Yeah. But that Cancer moon is very sensitive. But sensitive is not a bad thing. It means you are very connected to frequencies, vibration, and energy. Okay. Pisces 7th house. You're going through a lot. Aries 8th house. Neptune there. The veil's going to be really thin to 2039. You may start wanting to become a death doula, a midwife. You may start to get messages from the other side when people pass away, or you may even start predicting death, right? The veil, that's the 5th house, is death and rebirth, the 3D to 5D. Neptune's there, okay? So this is going to be a wild, interesting time for you. Definitely reach out and book a chart reading.
And our friend Katie, she loves Michael Jackson. Yes, Katie.
Oh, Katie.
We love Michael Jackson.
Michael, I did his chart reading. Watch it. Watch that in my celebrity chart series.
And never believe that nonsense.
Yeah, Michael was completely innocent. It's all about money. That's why they were knocking him down.
That and Anyways, through Maddie's eyes says, I'm a Taurus sun, Scorpio moon, Pisces rising, and my Aries is in Venus. But when I did the progressive, I believe it said Cancer, Sun, Scorpio rising, and the moon thing was jam.
No, the progress chart wouldn't take you from the Pisces to the Scorpio rising. It may take you, depending on what age you are now, probably take you to an Aries, at the most a Taurus rising. So you're probably, somewhere between Aries and Taurus rising, but you are Taurus sun, Scorpio moon?
Yeah.
Scorpio sun.
Taurus sun, Scorpio
Taurus sun, yeah.
moon, Pisces.
So with the Pisces rising, right, you got that Scorpio moon in the 9th house and the Taurus sun in the 3rd. My mom had that. I told you my mom was a Pisces rising. So, you like to look sharp in the local community, Maddie's eyes. And that Taurus, right, and communicating your throat chakra is very open. The Scorpio, you are very empathic, very intuitive and psychic. This world doesn't feel comfortable for you in many different ways. I already know you told me about your vision, but just because spiritually who you are, you vibrate differently. You're on a very high frequency. When you go out and about and come back home, you need to transmute out the energy. You need an energy diet. Scorpio sun, 9th house, you're going to transform your beliefs. You may have been raised Catholic, Baptist, Episcopalian, non-denominational Christian, and now you're just probably more spiritual. But you are an empath, and you're very intuitive, psychic, and you're a shapeshifter. Okay, so we're going to get ready to bounce. The kids are home. We got to figure out something for dinner. I think wifey's going to make me some avocado toast that she had, because I'm getting a little hungry. So, I will say this. I won't be back Thursday, but I'll be live Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then next week, we'll start the guest again. Okay, so Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, episode 323. And you can read, we'll see what Faith responded if she liked her reading. But hold on, let me just finish up this. We'll be talking about Sunday night. I'm going to get into really futuristic on you guys, but I'm going to get into Aries in Black Moon Lilith and Aries in Pluto, which maybe we'll still be here for that. Are you guys ready for that? Are you signed up for that? Because remember, Pluto Aries starts 2044. Pluto Pisces. Pluto Aries, I believe, is like 2060. So I plan on being here. I'm here for 3 digits. So we're going to talk about the future. Pluto,
he's wearing
Aries.
me down. I didn't want to be here for 3 digits, but I'm actually opening myself up to. I figure with all of the new technology things that we're having,
we'll be
and
90
taking
and
care
100
of our body,
feeling good.
We could feel good. Okay. So Katie said that she saw that you mentioned Michael Jackson in a video, and she is a Pisces moon.
Yeah,
and
like Michael. Yeah.
Let's see.
Go back and watch my episode with Anjani. We talked about all the Pisces Sun Moon rising for Black History Month. We talked about MJ and Prince. That was a great episode.
Yeah, that was a really good episode, actually. We love Anjani. They always have the best conversations. Yeah. Let's see. My family that has passed on always comes to me and gives me a heads up when someone's about to pass. It's crazy. Same with pregnancies. So birth and life. All right, Maddie. Yeah. I love it. And then Amina said gratitude to us both. Thank you. Gratitude to you.
You guys, make sure you're new people. Make sure you subscribe. Yes. And do me a favor as we say goodbye in 43 seconds. Come back and just comment in the actual video. It helps the lives grow.
And tell a couple of your friends to just
tell people to subscribe and comment.
Listen, it doesn't cost you anything. It helps us grow. And
I really appreciate
help us grow. And then let's see. Maddie says she's going to be 50 in May. Okay. Happy birthday.
So then, so you may be, depending on what your degree was in your ascendant, you may be a Taurus rising now. Chances are you definitely are. And your sun from Taurus, you're probably a Cancer.
And 50 is the new 30.
Yeah, 50 is at least the new 36. Okay. But it was a pleasure, you guys. I love you guys.
We love you.
We'll see you Sunday night.
Your time with
Remember, Sunday night, Pluto and Lilith and Aries. Yes. That's going to be fun.
Thank you.
Next Tuesday, Miss Natalie Marconi.
And we appreciate that you're here.
Yeah, so, please come back and comment. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific, lunch with Eric.
All right.
I think tomorrow, I think I'm going to talk about the Gemini moon, because the moon's in Gemini. Okay. I want to really get into it.
You heard it here first. Yeah, Gemini moon tomorrow on Lunch with Eric.
IG Live. All right. See you guys. Have a good evening.
Yes, hit that like button. Oh, my mama just hopped on.
Who did?
My mother.
Your mother?
Hello, mother.
Hey, Mom. Miss you. And remember, so the Final Four. I'll be here Sunday. So Saturday, Duke versus Houston. It's going to be close. Houston's got the defense. I think Duke will pull it out by like 3 or 4 points. And then Florida, Auburn, that's a toss-up. All 4 number 1 seeds, it's chalk. I'm going to probably have to go with Auburn because Florida's got the depth. But Auburn, man, they that kid, something Bruce, he's like the star player. I think that. Oh my gosh, you silly goofy boy! What happened? So I think we're gonna have Auburn, Duke in the championship, and then I'll tell you Sunday night who I think is gonna win. All right.
So my one of my sons
Twins.
just played an April Fool's joke on me. He's like, "Mom, come here.
Oh, Aries.
Why is my window broken?" And I go back there waiting to see. Oh God, here we go. Something else broken in our house.
Aries,
April
Uranus.
Fools.
April Fools. They got us.
So has anybody, we'll have to talk
Any
about
April
that
Fool's
next
stuff?
time. Let
Yeah.
us know if you got hit with an April Fool's
Remember,
joke.
and people debate it. You could say today's the real New Year, April 1st, or at the equinox. But either way, this is the new year. Set your resolutions now, right? You could have done it on the equinox. You could do it today, but it's not January 1st. That's all I want you to know. Okay. So Happy New Year. Get down and rock. And yeah.
Pauline said that she's going to try for April 12th to be there.
I would love to see you, my friend.
My mother says hello.
Hi, Ma.
Hello. All righty. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back and comment,
yes.
please. It helps it grow in the algorithms. And remember, knowledge is love.
Yes.
Right?
And power.
Yes.
It's everything.
And we all have to become the president and leader of our own lives. You can't trust, the crazy town down in DC. No. Trust yourself.
Trust yourself. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
And become your own media. Turn off the media box.
Become
your own media.
Conscious observer, because right now it's all about loose, getting your energy and using it, regardless of what it is.
There's nothing to fear.
No.
Faith over fear. Believe me, there's nothing to fear. I've been on the other side. We're going to be all right.
We're going to be all right. All right. Good night. Love you.
I got to get some avocado toast and a